Hello everyone, I'm Abraham.
Hi, I'm Winston. We are international students in UCO. We will talk about some of the students' problem of finding job in the campus of UCO and how can it be improved.
We collect 20 surveys from students and 2 interviews, and they gave us some of their problems. And first, let's see the survey's results.
According to the survey, there are 40% of international students who have a few satisfaction on their chosen job, and it means the large number of international students could not get the information about their job while they found the job. And it also means they could not choose the job what they are interested because of deficient conditions. In this chart, 57% of the freshmen and the sophomore who are inexperienced on the system of UCO told doing their job is difficult. And also 33% of the juniors and seniors who are well adapted on UCO told it is hard to work on the campus. This result also means that they could not exactly know what they do on the job.
Chart shows the needed monthly income for students. 80% of them need more than $500 a month. 20% of them need less than $499 a month. That means that students are facing financial problems. As you can see, the job payments on campus chart shows 80% of students chose average and lower than average, and 20% of them didn't answer that question because they are not working on campus. That means the payments should be better or above the average. Difficulty of getting a job in campus. 20% of students chose very difficult. 30% of students chose difficult. And another 30% of students chose somewhat difficult. As you can see, 20% of students didn't answer that question. The students are facing some problems because 60% of students who are working right now worked 3 times or 3 semesters at least before.
We could know some inconveniences of finding jobs through our surveys.
Then let's see the interviews to give more information and more details about the students' problems.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. I have some questions for finding jobs. And can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Uh, what did you consider before choosing job, and what do you want to do through choosing job?
Before choosing job, I considered about the schedules and the wage. Then I found the most adaptable job to my considerations. For second question, I wanted to earn more money to pay for my tuition through my job and to extend my experience through working.
Okay. And what did you prepare before getting job? And what do you had any problems for preparing?
Firstly, I needed job letter from employer or manager to get a social security number. So I printed my schedule and gave it to each employers in the campus to get a job letter. Then I got job letter from one of them and she wanted me to come with social security number until after 10 days. However, I should wait to get social security card for 2 weeks. So I failed to get a job and I had to wait until next semester and I repeated what I did before. Finally, I got a job through lots of effort.
Okay. Then can you explain what did you do on the first day of working?
I learned how to do my job with my manager's instructions. It was difficult at first, but I could easily learn by her kind instructions.
Then what is the difference between before and after of getting job?
I became more tired than before because of the tight schedules.
Okay, and finally, can you discuss about the improvement point about the finding jobs on this campus?
I think the major improvement is their giving job letter to students. I experienced difficult situation to get it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, how difficult it is to get a job in campus?
In our department, it's basically you have to get an A or B in any course that you want to be TA for it, you want to be grader. So basically, it's not hard, but it's on your hand if you want to get the job to done this course by A or B, basically.
What are some disadvantages of working in campus?
The payment was lower than the average, and dealing with a student is not easy, especially when they know that you are a student like them. So it's kind of hard, but that time I could handle it.
How did you combine between the job and studying?
That time when I was working, I don't have many credits, so the time that I work, it's actually free time. And also that time when I was work, I can do my homeworks and study a little bit. So that's how it's combined between these two.
What are the things that encourages you to work in campus other than the financial help?
First thing is that gonna be written in my resume as a TA, and other thing is I will be really familiar with the course, because as much as like learning and teaching student at the same time, that really will help me to really know the material more and more and better and better.
How was the salary of your job in campus? And does it worth it?
The salary, as I said before, is lower than the average, but I cannot basically say it's worth it or not, because the experience that we get from the working in campus, it worth it.
The student who I interviewed had two problems. He was a TA, and the first problem was with the student. So, especially when they know he is a student like them. And the second problem is the payments were lower than average.
For my interview, we could figure out the international students feel difficulties to find a job in the campus because of the lack of communication with employer while the process of getting social security number.
According to our surveys, most of students mentioned these two problems: lower payments and the difficulties that they face when they were trying to apply to job. Solutions are make the payments above average and make the priority for students who didn't work before. The advantages are payments are above average, so that's good, and everyone will get the chance to work.
And the problems also can be improved through some changes on the carrier service, such as its internet service, higher Broncos. We could know there are the lack of information of job and the lack of communication between students and employer before getting job. If they develop the higher Broncos to make easier to access and contain detailed information about the job, the students will easily find the job that fit them.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.